Hey guys, happy Monday. I am so excited because today I get back into creating new math videos for you with new learning. So we are kind of fizzling out on fractions and we're going to move into the middle of Module 6, which is focused on using rulers, understanding how to measure to the nearest quarter inch, and then taking those measurements and being able to show that data on a line plot. So today our focus is really going to be on what is a ruler, how do we use it. We're going to actually create a little ruler, and you're going to measure some items from around your house. If you have a ruler at home, a real ruler, I would definitely suggest you use that once you understand how it's used. If you don't have a ruler, Mr. Jeff is going to put some in the lending library outside of Rothschild School, so I would highly encourage you to swing by and pick one of those up. But to make a ruler today, I've got some lined paper here, and if you have lined paper around, I encourage you to go grab that now. Pause the video and come on back. I do have a real ruler here that I used to kind of help me make this ruler as accurately as possible. So I'm going to start on this first light blue line as my end, as my 0 mark. I'm going to trace along this solid red line, and then I'm going to stop on that end blue line. Now what's cool about a ruler is that it is constructed just like we constructed our fraction number lines, okay? And what I figured out is that each of these blue lines, about every 3 is 1 inch. Now it's not exact, but it's close. So every third blue line, I'm going to make a tick mark. And these are our whole numbers. Okay, and we're going to stop at 8. Now, in between each whole number, we know there's fractions. So we're going to break these into fourths. And remember, if I want 4 parts, I only need 3 lines. So I'm going to break this piece in half, and then these pieces in half so I can get even spaces. Now again, this is not going to be exactly accurate, but the point of this is for you to understand how I measure when it's not exactly an inch. So for each space in between my hole, I'm making fourths all the way. Okay? And then I'm going to cut that out, because then I'm going to actually measure some items. Now, if you do have a ruler at home and you're taking a look at it right now, you're probably wondering, Miss Phillips, there's a lot more lines than 4 in between those whole numbers. And yes, you are correct. But in 3rd grade, we only need to know how to read to the nearest quarter inch. Okay, so let's try and measure some items. And I'm going to record these measurements down on my piece of paper. You're going to record your measurements in Seesaw Activities. So let's start with this Dunkin' Donuts gift card. I'm going to measure this length. So I'm going to line up the edge of my ruler, my 0 mark, to the edge of the card. And you notice it's not exactly on the whole number 3. It's 1 tick mark past. So remember, when we count fractions, this is 1/4, this is 2/4, this is 3/4, 4/4, or a whole. So when I record this measurement, of the Dunkin' Donuts gift card, it is 3 is my whole number, and then it's 1/4 past. So I would say that's 3 1/4 inches or 3 1/4 inches. I can write it like that, IN period, or some people like to write it like this, which this little, what looks like a quotation mark, also means an inch. Let's try my Flair pen now. I could also try and turn this and see what this side is. And that one's right on the whole number. That's 2 inches. All right, let's try the Flair pen. So I'm lining up 0 at the edge of my pen. And it looks like we have 5 as our whole number. But it's not exactly on 5. It's 1/4 past. So 5 1/4 inches or 5 1/4 inches. Now when you do this, you're welcome to find items in your house. Items with straight edges work the best. Let's try the book. The length of my book. I would say 8 1/4. Or 8 1/4 inches. Let's try it this way. Man, we're getting a lot of 1/4, so that's 5 1/4, just like our pen was. Let's try. What about my Sharpie marker? And that's 5 1/4 too. Wowzy woo. How about my phone? Oh my goodness, guys, this is creepy. 5 1/4. Let's try something else here so I can show you if it's not 5 1/4 what that looks like. So let's say I'm doing, let's do this line. See what this line is. Okay, take a look at this. So this line is 3, 1/4, 2/4. Now it's in between, so I want to go to the nearest. It's pretty close in the middle of those two, so I could say 3 2/4 or 3 3/4. I'm going to call this 3 2/4. Now, we know with equivalent fractions that is also 1/2, so we usually don't say 3 2/4, we say 3 1/2. So that line would be 3 1/2 inches. Okay, so now your challenge is to take your ruler, grab some items from home, measure those up, and then I want you to record your lengths in the Seesaw activities for today. And also, if you did create a ruler, I want you to snap a photo of that and post it to your journal page. I'd love to see your homemade rulers. Good luck, guys, and happy measuring.